Hello and Assalamualaikum. Good morning, good afternoon, or maybe good evening to our dearest lecturer, Dr. Shukri, and viewers. Hi, my name is Amirah binti Hilmi from MAC 2206D, and today I'll be presenting about my portfolio. So let's get started. Firstly, we have crowdsourcing platforms. Glad to see that I have registered and completed my profile for 6 different platforms. So let's move on to the first platform, shall we? Not too fast. Maybe let's take a look at what exactly is crowdsourcing.
Hello class, can I explain any marketing concepts?
Professor Siegfried, what does crowdsourcing mean?
Well mainly, crowdsourcing is a process that involves outsourcing tasks to a distributed group of people. This process can occur both online and offline. The difference between crowdsourcing and ordinary outsourcing is that a task or problem is outsourced to an undefined public rather than a specific body, such as paid employees. A good example is Threadless.com, one of the original crowdsourcing sites that pioneered the idea a decade ago and is now paying out more than $1 million a year in artist fees. They allow other organizations to use community-based design to further their mission and causes.
Thanks, Professor.
Now that we know what is crowdsourcing, let's move on to the first platform, which is Freelancer. Personally, this platform is the easiest to use, very user-friendly, easy to create an account, easy to find projects to bid for, and safe to say, it is the platform that I use the most. However, there are many scammers here. From my observation, there are several ways to detect scammers in Freelancer. 1. They don't have any rating. 2. Their account was recently created. 3. If they ask you to personally contact them outside Freelancer, make sure to beware of the scams. Next, we have LinkedIn, the most popular of them all. Again, it is very convenient for users. I find it easier to build connections through LinkedIn since it is widely used globally. One example I could give is LinkedIn would always recommend someone from the same organization as mine to connect with. Besides, LinkedIn can help me find the right job or internship other than connecting and strengthening professional relationships. I can also learn the skills I need to succeed in my career. Third platform is Upwork. Freelancer caters to clients from various countries throughout the map. Well, Upwork does the same, except that this time it is easier to find a client from Malaysia. Pretty sure someone out there would prefer to deal with a client within Malaysia for many purposes. Me, for example. Then, we have people per hour. Interface-wise, it is not really up to my liking. I don't find it appealing, that's why I don't use the platform much. However, I've heard of many people using people per hour quite often if compared to other platforms. Next is Shutterstock. As someone who's always taking picture of something, be it object, scenery, food, or others, I definitely find this platform interesting. It is also easy to use, however, one's proposal may easily get rejected due to copyright issues. Lastly, Workana. If other platforms are easy to use, I wouldn't say the same for Workana. Why? Because it requires a lot before you can start bidding. While it may be a good thing that Workana is filtering their users, it is also quite a hassle to me. Moving on to online payment registration, which is PayPal. Fortunately, I've had a PayPal account for quite some time already, so it didn't take much for me. The registration process also went smoothly, though it may require identity verification from time to time. I've never had any security issues using PayPal, so I'm hoping it's the same for others. Not to mention that I have not yet withdrawn any payment received from crowdsourcing, because these platforms have minimum withdrawal amount to comply with. Now let's see the summary of my bids. In a span of 3 months, I have placed a total of 50 bids, which consists of 40 projects and 10 contests. I did not participate much in contests because I find it time-consuming at times. 3 of my contests were rated 1 star even though I was not awarded. What about projects? This is why we're moving on to star rating. Glad to announce that I have been awarded with 1 project. This project requires me to design a logo for a coconut shake business. Even though the client has provided detailed requirements in project description, the client still communicates with me to ensure we reach the same end goal. I ended up giving several designs of logo just so client has options to choose from. I was rated 4.6 stars and have received 10 USD for this project. It's not much, but it means a lot to me. Here are some of the logo that I have prepared for the client. Lastly, let's take a look at my SWOT analysis. I have listed my SWOT below, and let's start with my strengths. I believe I have good communication skills, as I would seek for confirmation and assurance whenever needed. I make sure it's not too excessive because that might cause a problem later. I am also a detail-oriented kind of person. I pay attention to the smallest details to make sure I deliver good quality work. I would say I have good time management skills too. I always make sure I can complete my work on time and still manage to have some time for myself at the end of the day. And then we have weaknesses. As a student, I certainly am lacking in terms of experiences. Crowdsourcing platforms are new to me, making it very challenging. Since I don't have the experience required, I ended up not having the confidence that I would be able to take up projects if given to me. I also noticed that I lack motivation. Again, as a student, I'm occupied with so many other tasks. Even though I can manage my time properly, it is still hard to motivate myself to try to appeal to clients. When that happens, of course, no job for me. Well, I'm definitely working on that and is always trying to be better. Now we go to opportunities. I agree that crowdsourcing opens many doors to users. For example, it helps build better networking. The world today requires us to have good networking in order to place ourselves out there to succeed. Besides, these platforms also allow us to have flexible working hours. Some of us might not have the ability to do a fixed-hour job, so this may be the perfect opportunity. Plus, I believe that having flexible working hours increases job satisfaction. We are more likely to be happier when we have more control over our work hours. Thus, the fact that these platforms like Freelancer, Upwork, People Per Hour, and etc. are offering flexible working hours will surely encourage happiness. Happy me, happy client. Lastly, threats. Now, while crowdsourcing brings so many opportunities, those opportunities may not always be in my favor. Using online platforms means literally anyone can try to give it a shot. Hence, why there's just too many competitors. They may have the same or even better capabilities than me, that I would lose a chance at landing a project. Not just that, these platforms also impose additional fee. For example, in Freelancer, if you were awarded with a $10 project, you will only get $5 at the end of the day. Personally, a $5 fee is too much. It makes me feel like my job is not worthy. So that's pretty much it. I am not sure about other platforms, whether they offer lower fee or not, but if there is one, I'm definitely going to try it out. As someone who is just starting in this career, this kind of thing is surely a letdown and will only make me feel demotivated. Before I end this presentation, I will give you a look at the poster that I have created. It consists of every information needed and shows clearly what needs to be shown. I hope it is up to your standards, Doctor. Before I forget, here is my MDAC certificate. I hope you guys enjoyed and gained something from my video. Thank you, Doctor, for your guidance, and thank you for watching. Bye!